Good evening. We're here in Houston with David Witt, who's CIO of Geospace Technologies, and he's been kind enough to do a reference for Guidewire on our license review program. So thank you, David.
You're welcome.
So as you went through this journey of trying to figure out your license agreement with Oracle, were there any driving factors that made you want to go through a license review program?
Yes, most definitely. Geospace Technologies is a high-tech manufacturer in the oil and gas sector. We're a publicly traded company, robust audit requirements, and we have a substantial amount of competitive differentiation built into our ERP system. We are a J.D. Edwards shop, been that way for probably 15 years, before my time. And it makes sense for us to understand from a risk profile our licensing arrangement with Oracle in an in-depth technical fashion. We are actually a relatively independent shop. We have a lot of internal capabilities in terms of development and analysis and that sort of thing from a J.D. Edwards perspective, but we don't really have a competency with respect to understanding the licensing model. We are very fortunate to come across Guidewire. They assisted us substantially in really breaking down and drilling through some pretty old contracts and articulating what our position was, what our risk was, and identified a go-forward mechanism for us to mitigate that. So it was definitely a very positive endeavor, and because of that, we have a much lower risk profile and we're better suited from a competitive enabler perspective.
Excellent, excellent. Was from an overall outcome of the program, were you pleased with the report out, the results, as far as how it was presented to you?
Very pleased. In fact, it was beyond my expectations. The real interesting discovery for me and for the team was the in-depth technical knowledge, the expertise that actually resided within the Guidewire licensing analysis silo. So real good information, in-depth review, not just in terms of risk, but how to mitigate that, the various options, even a variety of licensing approaches to mitigate costs. So it was beyond our expectations in terms of the deliverables that we thought we were going to get.
Excellent. And then is there any recommendations you would give to any other J.D. Edwards customers that might want to consider going through this?
Well, certainly license audits are a factor in the ERP space, and that's a risk that certainly needs to be understood. Leveraging a competency, an external competency, a firm such as Guidewire is one way to mitigate that risk in a very effective fashion. So I would urge folks to consider going through that exercise, and I do recommend Guidewire based on our experiences, as a partner to go off and do that with.
Excellent. Thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity to partner with you in that program and being a video reference for us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye-bye. And if you're interested in learning more about the Guidewire 360 Care License Review Program, please reach out to either myself, Michael McDermott, or Shannon Kuczynski. Our information is listed here. Or go to GuidewireSI.com to learn more about our company and the 360 Care Managed Services programs being delivered to customers today.